All you have to do to make money is invest and buy a node. And the ROI is insane. But how long will it last?
Could be 1 month, could be 2 months.
3 months.
Could be.
4 months.
I can see that happening, yes.
8 months.
That's a realistic timeline.
11 months.
Perhaps.
Okay, wait, now really think hard about this one. 1 year.
I could see that as a very real possibility.
I feel like all these node projects have sucked in so many gullible people with promises of passive income for life. I mean, all you have to do is buy this node, compound your profits, and you will be rich in no time. And in this video I want to go over some caveats that pretty much every node project faces. And before you decide to invest in any of these node projects, please understand and consider these things. So let me paint you a picture. A YouTuber like myself or a Twitter influencer is talking about a project that is seemingly generating huge profits. Of course, for a comparatively small initial investment. You, dreaming what you would do with these kinds of profits, decide to follow the influencer's footsteps and invest a considerable amount of money yourself. And for the first couple of days, everything looks great. Your nodes are generating profits. You even think about compounding your profits to buy more nodes to increase your yield. A couple of weeks passes and the price of your project has been on a downtrend. And it doesn't matter in what project you invest, the pattern kind of stays the same. Someone big talks about the project, you invest in the said project, make a little bit of money only for the price to start going down. But why is it? The short answer is that most projects there's just no utility to support these huge rewards. Then there are some projects that pretend that they have some utility, like Thor with their new VR game and Strongblock with their new strong chain, and both of these projects claim that these two new features will sort of bring the utility that the token needs to be truly sustainable. But let's look at this from purely business perspective. In order for money to be paid to investors, that's you and me, there has to be money made somewhere and somehow. And yes, pretty much all node projects claim that they are helping blockchain with their nodes or use the money gathered to invest in our behalf and make money that way. But none of this is how these projects actually make holders money. Yes, these treasury investments that some of these projects make some money, but that's in a ballpark of 10 to 15% per year. But they're paying investors like you and me 1 to 2% per day in rewards. Do you see the problem now? The question is, how are we getting paid then? Let me introduce you to my friend Ponzinomics. And this is why usually the early investors will make huge amounts of money, while people who get in later in the project are exit liquidity and they are unlikely to make back their initial investment. The simple truth to most node projects are that in order for you to make money, there has to be an investor that joins after you, or someone who is compounding and not taking any profits from their node. So that being said, you can still make a lot of money with node projects, but you need to follow some guidelines. Don't tape into projects based on what influencers are suggesting, and actually do your own research and find projects before big influencers talk about them. And if a project's been out for more than a month, you're likely too late to the party, and it's unlikely that if you invest at this point that you will make back your initial investment. Finding projects before they launch, getting whitelisted, or at least investing early and noding up early is important if you want to make these crazy gains that people on Twitter are flexing regularly. And one of the most important things when it comes to node projects and making huge profits: don't compound. If you're compounding, you're actually playing a pretty big gamble that the project will be around and the price will be relatively the same in a couple of months time. And a couple of months is a lot in the world of crypto. And if you're not new to the scene, you'll probably know that most projects don't survive for longer than a couple of months. So compounding in these extremely risky projects just doesn't make sense. Following these 4 guidelines, I've been able to consistently generate nice profits from node projects while minimizing my losses. And previously I lost the most amount of money because I wanted to compound and make more money in the future, not realizing how these node projects actually work. And once I understood that they're basically Ponzinomics with pretty short shelf life, I stopped compounding. Instead, what I do is when I invest in these projects, I invest a little bit more than I'm comfortable with, so I'm getting the profit from the nodes from the get-go, and I don't have to wait for the compounding to take effect. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Consider subscribing. Bye.